In this screencast, we'll discuss configuring the widgets linked to your RealGeeks website. Widgets are perfect for including on your external sites like blogs and personal home pages. Your visitors on these sites will be able to perform quick searches, discover their home's worth, and contact you through use of these widgets. So let's get started. While logged into the back end of your site administrative page, you can come down here where it says Widgets. Before using these as tools to capture the lead, it's important to understand what each of these does. So the first widget listed is our Old Search widget. This creates a quick search and is for use on older designs such as Steph, Steve, NR, and ADR. The next widget is our New Search widget. This creates a quick search and is styled to match our new designs such as Miranda, Miranda Thin, and Molly. Next is the Seller Leads widget, which is available for a fee with our Seller Lead Valuation tool. This particular widget gives you the opportunity to capture seller leads. We contracted with a third-party service to deliver home price estimates and combine this with our lead capture system to deliver seller leads into your lead manager. Lastly, we have the Contact widget, which is not configured on the back end, but rather, the code is posted on our Docs page. So let's open a new window and navigate to our Docs page, which is docs.realgeeks.com. If we search Contact Widgets, a link to the source code will appear here. At the bottom of the page, you can see an example of the contact button the source code will generate. So there you have it. Those are our three types of widgets. Now that we've defined them, let's work on configuring and embedding them into another site. I'll be skipping the old widget because my site is set to Miranda, which is one of our new designs. So let's take a look at our New Search widget. So again, in your site administrative backend, navigate to the Widget section and select New Search widget. Now here we have the Configuration tool, where we can configure the basic dimensions of the widget. The first thing at the top of the page is domain. You want to make sure that the domain is set to the actual domain of your site. Now, it's very important that you wait until your site is live to use the Search and Seller Leads widget. These widgets will not display properly until your site is live, as they are linked to your live domain rather than your development domain. If you try to input a site that isn't live, the widget simply will not display a preview below, nor will the code work. Then you have the layout. There are two layouts the widget can be generated to. The wide layout is optimized for a broad appearance with side-by-side drop-down menus. You can see the preview below. What also makes these widgets great is that they're responsive, meaning they've been designed to provide an optimal viewing experience that adapts to the user's layout. This is great because it suits a wide range of devices, from desktop computer monitors to mobile phones. Now, watch what happens when the window shrinks down. Here, you see the widget adapting to that shift without losing content or product design. If I switch over to the thin layout, which unlike the previous one, does not have side-by-side drop-down menus on the top, we can see the same responsive behavior carried through. So once again, as my window shrinks down, the widget behaves accordingly and preserves all details of content and design. Now I'm going to switch back to the wide appearance because I like the two column lists in the widget. So keep in mind that the color of the search button will correspond to the default of your site. For example, if I navigate to the design editor, you'll see that my search button background is set to orange. The button shows it, as does the color code. If I change the setting here, let's say to green, it will not only carry on throughout my site, but also in my New Search widget. After picking the right color and saving out the edit, I'll return to the Configuration tool and refresh the page. Now, just as I explained, the search button background color of the search widget has changed. So after tailoring the widget to your liking, click the Get Code button and a window will pop up displaying code for you to copy to your clipboard or a blank text file. So I'm going to copy this and navigate to my blog in a new window. I can now place the source code directly into the source of any website. I'm going to create a new post called Hawaii Realty International Real Estate Search. Now, depending on the site you're using, your post editor may vary, but here, I can post the source code directly into this HTML window. The code appears. I'll hit Post, and then navigate to the front end of my blog. So here's my personal blog, and at the top of the page, you'll see my newest post featuring the search widget. It's scaled to fit my blog, and all other posts follow below. So there you have it. That's how you configure and embed the new search widget. Now let's return to the site administration page to configure the seller leads widget. Before getting started, it's important to understand that this will not be available unless you enable and configure the seller leads generation tool. We won't get too into this, but generally, after clicking the Enable and Configure in the seller leads generation tool settings below, you'll want to enable the $50 monthly fee. There's a separate video and tons more information on this subject on the Docs page. If you visit docs.realgeeks.com and search the seller lead generation tool, you'll find more information there. So now that the tool has been enabled, let's return to the backend and configure the widget. So under Widgets, you'll want to click on the Seller Leads widget. Again, at the top of the page, you'll want to make sure your domain is correct. And remember that the site must be live before configuring your widget. Next, you can choose your widget's background color if necessary, meaning if your blog or other site has a different color that you'd like the widget to match, let's say orange, you can select Choose and see the change. Or blue, and so on. But I'm going to return to white because it suits my blog's background. Then I'll hit Choose. So next you can choose the button color. At the moment, it's set to a bright green, but I want it to match the headers of my blog, which are more of a teal color. So I'm going to go and find the color I like, and upon picking it, I'll hit Choose, and I'll see the preview below. Once again, the widget responds to the size of my window. See how it changes. So once I've tailored the widget to my liking, I'm going to click the Get Code button. And now, just like the previous widget, I'm going to copy this to my clipboard and return to the backend of my blog. I'll start a new post, add a title which reads, "How much is your property worth?" Then in the section below, because my blog allows me to edit the HTML here directly, I'll paste the code to my widget right here, and then upon navigating to the front end of my blog, you'll see the lead valuation tool at the top of the page. So here I have the custom button color that I chose to match my headers. And if I scroll down further, the new search widget from earlier is still there, along with all my other personal content and posts. So if I scroll back and submit an address in the search box of the valuation tool, I'll be navigated to the Real Geek site, which asks me to verify my property information. And then upon clicking the button to get the valuation, I'm sent to the lead capture form. So there you have it. That's how to configure and embed the Seller Leads widget. Lastly, let's take a look at configuring the Contact widget. We know that some of our customers are power users that have several websites, and not all of them are powered by Real Geeks. Customers would often ask us for the ability to send leads from their other sites into our lead manager. So we've created a widget that will let you embed contact links in your other sites that will send contact requests into the lead manager. So as mentioned earlier, the contact widget details are only found on the Docs page. So let's navigate to docs.realgeeks.com/contact_widgets and a / once again. This will take me directly to the contact widget info page. If I scroll down, you'll see the code listed below. Now, if I copy the first code to my clipboard and return to the back end of my blog, I'm going to paste it just before the head tag on my site. It's important that you replace the yoursitehere.com with the URL of your Real Geek site. So I'm going to do that here and save my changes. Then in order to use this within my posts, I'll return to the Docs page and copy the code right here, which triggers the contact form pop-up. Then once again, I'll return to my blog where I'll create the post. I've already included my logo and descriptive text with the button to follow. So I'll paste the code I just copied into the post here. And if we check on the front end now, you'll see that the button appears, and when clicked on, it triggers a pop-up over my blog page in which potential leads can input their contact details that will be sent into your lead manager. So there you have it. We've learned how to configure and embed all search, valuation, and contact widgets so that you can funnel leads and information from outside sites back into your Real Geeks lead manager. Thanks for joining us in learning about widgets. Please check out our docs at docs.realgeeks.com to edit and add other page styles, navbars, content, upload images, widgets, videos, along with all other technical features for your Real Geeks website.